story later about Farmington, just in case I don't do very well today and the video ends up being really short. I'll have some filler material I think it's interesting. Whether anybody else does or not, I don't know. Probably not. But Act 2. So I said I was going to tell you about a story. So my first trip to North Carolina, before I moved here, I came down to run their annual Thanksgiving race. This was 2001. Their annual Thanksgiving race was a big deal. I mean, I don't remember what it paid, 5, 10, and 5, or 10, 15, and 10, I don't remember. But this was, it was 21 years ago. It was before everybody and their brothers started having big money races. There just weren't a lot of big money races back then. So it was a 4-day deal. So Thanksgiving Day was a warm-up race, and then the next 3 days. And if you entered the whole race, you got a shirt, you got all kinds of stuff. I mean, it was a big deal to run the Thanksgiving race. People came from a long ways away to run that race. So I came down the week before because I wanted to run the race. So I come down to run the Thanksgiving race and wanted to run the week before so that I wasn't making my first pass down the racetrack on the day of the big money race. Got something in my eye, sorry. Anyway, so they'd give you 2 time runs, and the second time run, back then they had Dash for Cash. You put a dial-in on it, kicked $5 in, and whoever was closest to their dial-in got half the pot. The other half went to the track for the bracket finals, so they could pay for food to feed everybody and pay for shirts to, pay for team shirts and all of that good stuff that racers like. We like that stuff. We like getting fed for free when we go to big races like that. But anyway, so we showed up. I made my first time run. I don't remember exactly what it ran. I do remember that I put a 632 on it. This was back when I ran a stock rod Cleveland. Had stock rods, factory iron heads, had a C4 in it, so it left bloody hard. Did big wheel stands, had wheelie bars on it. Anyway, so we put a 632 on it. Went up for the Dash for Cash. I give them my $5. Thought, well, this is kind of fun. We don't do this back home. So here's my $5. Put a 632 on it. Went up there and went 632 with a 2. Hey, we're leading Dash for Cash. Everybody's going down the racetrack. Nobody's getting closer than dead on with a 2. I'm thinking, we're going to win Dash for Cash. This is pretty cool.
I'm having a good time. Let's go!
And then in the gate comes rolling Glenn Ferguson Jr. Well, this was back when Glenn was winning everything. Glenn was national champion in Super Rod or Super Street, or I don't remember what everything he was running back then, but by God, he was national champion and division champion, and he was a bad dude. I mean, he's still a bad dude, but he was really a bad dude back then. So he comes rolling in, unloads the car, no time run, last car down the racetrack, dial in on the car, and goes dead zero. I'm standing there thinking, man, I'm going to win this thing. This is cool. I'm going to win Dash for Cash. Glenn Ferguson Jr. goes, no, you ain't. Here's my dead on zero. I'll take that money. Thank you very much. And that just started my long streak of no luck at Farmington. I'll have a good pass every now and then, but so there's an interesting, well, I think it's interesting. I don't know if anybody else will, but so we're sitting at a red light. See, we ain't moving, so I can look at the camera and talk.